This video is brought to you by Hats Off. The Great Smog of London. On December 5, 1952, people in London began to suffer respiratory illnesses after breathing thick smog. This deadly weather event, the Great Smog, would last almost a week and cost between 4,000 to 10,000 lives. The weather in November and early December 1952 had been very cold, with heavy snowfalls across the region. To keep warm, the people of London were burning large quantities of coal in their homes. Smoke was pouring from the chimneys of their houses. Under normal conditions, smoke would rise into the atmosphere and disperse, but an anticyclone was hanging over the region. This pushes air downwards, warming it as it descends. This creates an inversion, where air close to the ground is cooler than the air higher above it. So when the warm smoke comes out of the chimney, it is trapped. The inversion of 1952 also trapped particles and gases emitted from factory chimneys in the London area, along with pollution which the winds from the east had brought from industrial areas on the continent. Early on the 5th of December, in the London area, the sky was clear. Winds were light and the air near the ground was moist. Accordingly, conditions were ideal for the formation of radiation fog. The sky was clear, so a net loss of long-wave radiation occurred and the ground cooled. When the moist air came into contact with the ground, it cooled to its dew point temperature and condensation occurred. Beneath the inversion of the anticyclone, the very light wind stirred the saturated air upwards to form a layer of fog 100 to 200 meters deep. Along with the water droplets of the fog, the atmosphere beneath the inversion contained the smoke from innumerable chimneys in the London area. During the period of the fog, huge amounts of impurities were released into the atmosphere. On each day during the foggy period, the following pollutants were emitted: 1,000 tons of smoke particles, 2,000 tons of carbon dioxide, 140 tons of hydrochloric acid and 14 tons of fluorine compounds. In addition, and perhaps most dangerously, 370 tons of sulfur dioxide were converted into 800 tons of sulfuric acid. Impacts of the smog. The fog finally cleared on December 9th, but it had already taken a heavy toll. About 4,000 people were known to have died as a result of the fog, but it could be many more. Many people suffered from breathing problems. Press reports claimed cattle at Smithfield had been asphyxiated by the smog. Travel was disrupted for days. Response to the smog. A series of laws were brought in to avoid a repeat of the situation. This included the Clean Air Acts of 1956 and 1968. These acts banned emissions of black smoke and decreed residents of urban areas and operators of factories must convert to smokeless fuels. People were given time to adapt to the new rules. However, and fogs continued to be smoky for some time after the Act of 1956 was passed. In 1962, for example, 750 Londoners died as a result of a fog. But nothing on the scale of the 1952 Great Smog has ever occurred again. This kind of smog has now become a thing of the past, thanks partly to pollution legislation and also to modern developments, such as the widespread use of central heating.